About a week ago, a tragedy occurred in the houses of the Capulets and Montagues. Romeo and Juliet, members of the opposing families, both took their own lives in the Capulets' tomb on Thursday night. This was the very same day that Juliet and the Count, Paris, were about to be wed, but sadly, they both ended up dead. The story of the two lovers is not perfectly clear. We've been able to piece together bits of information from our sources. However, the story continues even farther back to the feud between Capulets and Montagues. About 2 weeks ago, a fight erupted near a local tennis court. Here's some footage of that event.
What art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me.
What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell. All Montagues and thee, have at thee, coward. That same day, Lord Capulet hosted a party for his hand-picked guests. Romeo, not being permitted to enter, snuck in to see his former love, Rosalind, although he found someone better. It was the daughter of Lord Capulet, Juliet, and they immediately fell in love. Eventually, they were secretly married by Friar Lawrence.
Today, we have with us in the studio the person who secretly married Romeo and Juliet. Friar Lawrence, please take a seat.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Friar Lawrence. Welcome to our studio. Friar Lawrence, why did you make the conscious choice of marrying Romeo and Juliet?
Well, I married them because I hoped that their marriage would create a peace between the two households. I felt that the bond they had would somehow bring together their rival families, and that I would be the one who was responsible.
What was your plan after Juliet came to you and begged you to get her out of marrying Paris?
I had previously acquired a vial that would make someone appear as if they had died. The roses in their lips and cheeks would turn pale, and the person's body would be as stiff as a corpse. So Juliet would be in this state for 42 hours and be found by Paris when he wakes her. Afterwards, she would be brought to the tomb, and Romeo would find her there after receiving a certain letter. Everything would have worked out perfectly, but that's not what happened.
What went wrong?
Romeo's letter did not arrive with him, since my associate could not send it to him in time. The quarantine had taken effect, and he did not want to catch the plague. Instead, Romeo's servant Balthazar reported to him that Juliet had died, and he rushed over and killed himself.
Friar Lawrence, thank you for coming to our studio today.
Thank you for having me, sir. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
One day, soon afterwards, a fight occurred between the two houses, this time involving Romeo and his best friend Mercutio against Tybalt, the cousin of Juliet.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. I'll staccato carries away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you!
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Gentlemen, for shame forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince expressly hath forbid this bandying in Verona streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio!
A plague on both your houses. Alive in triumph and Mercutio slain, either I or thou or both must go with him.
Wretched boy that didst consult him here, shall with it hence.
This shall determine that.
We are here at the Capulets' tomb, where many tragic events have occurred. We will now be talking to Paris's page, who was here during the crimes. Why were you here during these tragic events?
I was here with my master, Count Paris, to pay his last respects to his fiancée, Juliet. He told me to stand outside, but all of a sudden I heard noises, and then I saw Romeo and Paris fighting, and I went to summon the watchman.
What was your opinion of the marriage between Paris and Juliet?
Well, I know that my master, Paris, loved Juliet very much, but I can't say the same for Juliet, because I know that she loved Romeo also.
Thank you for speaking with us today, sir.
Thank you for having me. Although this story has a tragic ending, it can also be seen to end on a good note. Both the Capulets and the Montagues have reached an agreement and have finally ended their feud. Good night, Verona.